He's talented. He's engaging, and really, when he's on the game, he's on the game.
Always looks after me. He's a very kind-natured person, and he's all about teaching and teaching the right thing to the next generation. We've become friends through cooking.
I think our friendship comes together through food and just mutual respect.
I love culture. I love everything about it. That's one of my passions. Is especially being in food. You get to learn a lot about different cultures, especially in the kitchen. And it doesn't matter, there's no race in the kitchen.
As a young kid, very curious, and used to sit in the kitchen and just watch my aunts and my mother cook. And to me, it was like magic. They'd mix something up on a bench or in a bowl, and they'd put it into a pan, and they'd put it into the oven, and out came a cake. And to me, that was like magic. And that's where the spark happened for me. I like to call it contemporary Australian cuisine. It's a mixture of both, and that's how I've been able to showcase the food, is to make it look like something normal that people have eaten, but mix it all with these Indigenous flavours. And when they do, they're really excited, and yeah, totally different. James is a lot younger. He's a lot, into technology, all of that sort of stuff, and onto current issues and everything. And yes, I'm setting my ways. No, there is one thing, yeah. Curry time. I don't do curry time. James does curry time. So I'm constantly waiting or constantly on the phone to get him up. So, it's that generation. They're just sleepy. It's had its rocky moments like all friendships do, and you've got to work things out. And it's just about understanding each other, I think, communication.
Me and Mark are very, very similar people. That's the reason why we get along so well. Much the same person. So through every aspect, through food, we speak the same language.
I get to visit lots of remote communities, and I think that's been a real eye-opener for James as well.
I've been there at the forefront scene and spoke to a lot of Indigenous Australians, and 2 generations ago, their people were getting taken away, and actually been to the places where it's happened, and it's heartbreaking. It's disappointing that I didn't know until I'm 30. Until just recently. It takes a long time to heal, and it would be a very, very big thing to overcome.
Look, over the years in the kitchen, and being an apprentice and being the first Indigenous person on the Illawarra coastline to come out with a cooking degree, and then there were elements that people had issues with, especially Indigenous people and coloured people. And I was only like 19, 20. You can't let people get away with racism, and you can't let people get away and think it's okay, because it's not. And the fact that that still happens in our country is sad. It's disgusting. It's just about opening your eyes, understanding we're living in a world of diversity. We're living in a world where culture is in your face. There's no escaping it. Either get on board, get help, or get out there and try and understand why you have this issue with other people, because a lot of us don't, and a lot of us just get on with life, and you don't need to comment about other people's race, culture, or how they live their life. Once we're in the kitchen, it's just focus, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the boss.
And we have to, knock out what we need to do. It's okay to have a bit of banter between friends, and I think with friendships too, it's that thing of how we banter. There's no malice behind
Absolutely
it.
Absolutely not.
But I don't think you've told them that you've got Indian heritage too.
I'm an Indian. Down the line, I think my nan's granddad was Punjab. Yeah, I know, it's funny, the whitest Indian you ever see.
I'm Mark Olive, and I'm sure I'm black.
Yeah, and I'll say, no, I'm James Harriman, and I'll be white behind him.
That's our ending line, and I tell you what, people either laugh, look at us, or look at each other.
Yeah.
Really, we're the flavour of food and we're the colour of food. So combine all that together, friendships are just like that.